Hello, dear hungry ones. Although this delicious pork tenderloin hardly needs any embellishment, I'll show you a simple but brilliant trick to make it even more appealing. And it can only get better, especially with green beans as a side. Of course, you can choose differently there. For the tenderloin, we'll need naturally the tenderloin itself, also known as pork loin. We'll need some crispy bacon, preferably long narrow strips, seasoned pepper, and a pinch of salt. We'll need some ketchup, 2 to 3 garlic cloves, depending on their size, and a selection of fresh herbs, preferably thyme or rosemary, although tarragon works nicely too. First, carefully lay the tenderloin nice and straight, and then you'll want a really sharp and possibly large knife. Using this knife, make a clean cut through the meat lengthwise, splitting it in half. And of course, the sharper the knife, the easier it will be. Once that's done, lay those halves flat and slice each half lengthwise into 3 evenly sized strips, if possible. After completing this for the first half, do the same for the second half. Now, it's time to generously season the meat strips with a hearty pinch of salt and fresh ground pepper. Once one side is seasoned, flip the meat over and season the other side the same way. So, season again with salt and pepper. Now comes the bacon, where we cover the meat strips lengthwise with 1 strip per length, or 2 if necessary. Lay the bacon lengthwise over the meat pieces. Now, let's carefully position the ends of 3 meat pieces closely together, giving them a gentle press, and then securely bind them tightly with kitchen twine, ideally tying a strong double knot. Trim any excess twine, and now for this clever little trick. Now please braid these 3 strips together into a lovely plait. I'll guide you smoothly through this step. On the other side, gently squeeze the ends together once more and make sure to tie them securely with kitchen twine, just as we did previously. Now, quickly move to the garlic cloves, peel them and just give them a press. Now, in a nice big pan, or if your pan is a bit tight, you could consider using the lid of a roaster instead, let's melt some luscious fat. I particularly love using clarified butter for its richness. Spread it out evenly across the surface of the pan, then go ahead and add in the aromatic garlic cloves along with the fresh herbs for added flavor. But of course, that's not all. Naturally, the prepared pork tenderloin plaits now go into the pan as well. Sear them on each side at high heat until they're nicely golden brown, sealing in all those delicious flavors. That means at least turning them once. Once you've seared the meat to a beautiful golden brown, gently take it out and place it in a suitable baking dish. Add the garlic cloves back in and pour the drippings over the tenderloin. Now simply grab that thick and rich ketchup and carefully brush it generously over the tenderloin plaits. Then cover them snugly with aluminum foil and pop them into the oven. And here, they will now be roasted at 180 degrees with a fan setting for 20 to 25 minutes. We'll use this time to prepare the side dish, which is the green beans. The ingredients are very straightforward. We only need the beans themselves. You can opt for fresh or frozen smoked streaky bacon, along with rich butter and a whole onion. For spices, just add some pepper, a pinch of salt, and fresh grated nutmeg for great taste. Alright, let's jump into our preparation. First, carefully peel the onion and cut it into fine small pieces. Then, take the bacon and slice it into short strips so they will cook properly. We'll add in the luscious butter to our pan. A non-stick version works best for cleanup, but if you prefer, cast iron is absolutely fine. Now, let's allow it to melt while gently tilting the pan for even melting without browning. Then, we add the strips of bacon and the diced onion into the pan. Sauté both ingredients nicely and briefly in the butter. It's just enough when they turn slightly translucent. Give it a little stir, and in the next step, we add the green beans to the pan. And now it's time to add the final touch, with both pepper and salt for flavor. Then grate a bit of fresh nutmeg over it. Alternatively, you can also use pre-ground nutmeg if you prefer. Next, mix everything thoroughly together. Then cook the beans with the bacon and onion over medium heat for about 10 minutes. Stir occasionally. Once the beans are done, take them off the stove. The meat is also ready by now. We remove the aluminum foil and serve the dish. Whether you want to serve bread, potatoes, or rice alongside the beans is entirely up to you. It's definitely a very delicious meal and also looks quite nice. It's a great variation of filet. I wish you lots of fun preparing it and enjoy your meal. See you next time. Bye bye.